All right, good Thursday morning. So we are going to start working on some ecosystems now until the end of when your packet is done. So around May 15th. Be keeping an eye out for instructions that will be coming to you soon about what to do after May 15th. I think you guys will enjoy it. It's something that the county came up with, so we'll let you know about that through Remind, and make sure that you have the school's um, phone message system so that Miss MacArthur can get in touch with your families as well. Okay? All right, with that being said, let's go ahead and start an ecosystem. So if you've already finished ecosystems in your packet, I still want you watching these videos for the next couple of weeks, okay? It's going to have a lot of important information in it. And some of you have sent me some of your ecosystem work, and I've had to send it back to you for some revisions because some things just weren't in the right columns or whatever it might have been. So it's really important for you to watch these videos because you might want to go back and fix some of the work that you've already done. You don't have to completely redo it, but some of the things you might need to tweak before you send to me, okay? Because if you don't, I'm going to tell you to go back and watch the videos and try and fix them anyways, okay? So I'll make these short and sweet, and we'll do one every day until probably, like I said, about May 15th. All right, so today we're going to just be talking about what is an ecosystem, what is a biome. So an ecosystem, hopefully you already have these vocab words, but I'll be showing you my flashcards and we'll be doing things as well. But an ecosystem is anything where you have living and non-living things working together. Okay? And when I say working together, that means that they are dependent of each other. So they depend on one another. Maybe one is food for the other or whatever it might be. They're dependent on one another, but you're going to find living and non-living things there. This could be as small as a puddle in your driveway, or it could be as large as the ocean, okay, or parts of the ocean. You can find ecosystems in your backyard. So some of the things that you needed to do from your packet was to locate producers and consumers and decomposers. And all you have to do is go in your backyard to find those things. Okay, you don't have to try and find, a fox or a bunny. Okay, you can dig and maybe find some worms or some flies or whatever. They don't have to be large animals, okay, or large plants. You can find these tiny ecosystems anywhere. So just walk outside and look in your backyard. You might have to dig a little bit, but I'm sure that you would be able to find an ecosystem. Now, a biome is a larger scale. Okay, so you can have multiple, which means many, ecosystems in one large biome. So a biome is more defined as where it is. It's a geographical area, so it takes up more space. This area is going to have similar climate, so the weather is going to be the same in that area. It's going to have similar plants and animals within that area. Okay, so if we're talking about the tropical rainforest, you would find that near the equator, because we talked about how the equator is warm all the time, and we know that the tropical rainforest's climate is very warm all year round, and it's also very humid, and it rains a whole lot, so you're going to find a lot of plants and animals there. So places like Madagascar or Australia are places where you might find some tropical rainforests. Okay, so those would be your biomes. All right, let's go back to talking about living and non-living things. So there's special science words for that you probably already have. If you don't, you really need to add them to your ring. Okay, so living, we use the word biotic, and for non-living, we use the word abiotic. Okay, so this is living things. These are non-living things. All right, so we're just going to make a little list together. Be thinking about things out in the environment, okay? So out in ecosystems, out in the biomes, okay? So living and non-living. So when we talk about non-living, we're not talking about like cars, okay? We're talking about things that are part of nature that you would just find in these places. Okay, so obviously biotic living things that we're going to find in these ecosystems and biomes are going to be animals. You also have to remember, looking back at cells, that anything that has cells is living. So animals have cells. We have cells, right? What else has cells? Sometimes we don't think about it that way. Plants, right? Plants. And then we have our decomposers, which are things like worms and fungus or fungi, right? Mushrooms, things like that. But they're still alive, they're still living. So biotic things, animals, plants, decomposers, and we're going to get into those fancy words later on through the week as well, but just talking about living out in the environment. Okay, so non-living things. What are some non-living things that are out in our ecosystems and biomes that these plants and animals depend on? Well, I'll give you an example. One is rain or water, right? So plants need water to grow, and then some animals eat plants, and the animals that don't eat plants eat other animals that eat plants. So plants are really important, so we have to have rain. Rain is not alive. Rain is not made up of cells. Okay, so it's abiotic. All right, so maybe have your thought train going now. So besides rain, what else? Yeah, we have some soil or dirt, right? My farmers out there know that it's very important to have good soil to plant your crops. Okay, again, you need good soil for your plants. Animals eat plants, and then animals that eat other animals, those animals eat plants, right? We're going to talk about food chain and things like that later on. Okay, so we have rain is not alive, soil is not alive. Things that live in soil are alive, like our plants and our decomposers, but soil itself and dirt itself are not alive. Okay, we also have just rocks. One really, 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 really important one is the sun, right? The sun is super important. It goes along with our water cycle, it goes along with plants. Animals need sun. We need sunlight, that vitamin D, right? Sun is huge, but the sun is not alive. Okay, so if you can think of any more, be sure to add these to your list as well, or email me and let me know, and I'll add them to my list. So here's just a couple to get you started, but these are really important words that you need to remember. So biotic means alive. Abiotic means not alive. Okay, non-living. Living, non-living. So these things are all going to come into play when we start talking about what do we find in our ecosystems, what do we find in our biomes. All right, so that's it for today. Short lesson. So tomorrow we'll dive in a little bit more. You're more than welcome to have paper and colors with you because we're going to be doing some more drawings and stuff like that. I will try and post these pictures on Google Classroom. I know some of you asked me about that. You can also just pause the video, okay? As I have this held up, you can just pause the video and put it in your notebook if that's what you're trying to do, or on your flashcards or whatever. Okay? All right, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.